people how to move away from pain and into freedom. You can find me at www.sigalzoldan.com, and welcome to my blog article today. Today we're talking about toxicity and detoxification. And let's talk for a moment about toxicity. I'm sure it's not the first time that you are aware that there is such a thing called toxicity. But when it comes to pain, we want to look at where pain is coming from. And when I'm saying pain, I'm talking about physical pain or ache or discomfort, like migraines and back pain and cramps and hormonal issues and different pains in the feet and legs and neck or allergies. Also emotional pains like lack of focus and foggy brain and overwhelm and frustration and anger and depression and anxiety, things like that, okay? So there is a reason why the pain is here, and we are examining in this 16-part series, we're examining all the different 16 aspects of where pain may come from. So one of the things in terms of toxicity, we have environmental toxicity. So I don't know if you've noticed all these marks in the sky, but they're called chemtrails, and these are chemicals that they're doing it for whatever reason they're doing it. I'm not going to get into that, but there's pollution in the air. There are chemicals in the air, and we inhale it and we breathe it in, and then it messes up our system. And this is not good. So you want to make sure that you're taking yourself to places where there's fresh air. There is fresh air. If you're not living in a place where there is fresh air, like I live right now in Los Angeles, but I'm not going to stay here for long. And there's a lot of traffic here. We live close by a freeway. And in the morning when I want to go out and meditate, I notice that when I take a deep inhale, I'm like, ugh, the whiff of the mufflers, but they're taking out of their mufflers, the pollution comes out and kind of arrives to the backyard, and I find myself in certain mornings that this is not good. I can't even sit outside and meditate. Now throughout the day, the whiff is kind of settling, so I don't smell it, but I know it's there. So this is not good, and I'm sure that it's doing something to my physical body, and it's not healthy for me. So you kind of want to look at the environment where you are living in, and there are lots of different things that you can do about it. Again, you can go to nature, so a clean, open, natural space, the ocean or top of a mountain where there is more fresh air. There are also like different kinds of like oxygen therapy where you can bring more oxygen to your cells, different things like that. Another kind of toxicity is one that comes from the chemicals in the food that we consume. And you've heard about GMOs, like genetically modified organisms, and you've heard about organic food, and you've heard about pesticides and herbicides and all those. These are not good for us, okay? So we consume all these things, and then we're surprised why we're in pain. Our system is not supposed to process all these chemicals, okay? So we have environmental stuff like pollution, we have chemicals and things like that that throws our system off. All the different products that we either inhale or put on our skin, and these can be cleaning products, it can be cosmetics. So we inhale it, it gets into through our limbic system, and we process it in the body, and this is again, these are chemicals, so it's not good for us. When we put something on our skin and it's not clean, you know how the skin is the biggest organ that we have, and everything that we put on our skin, whether it's makeup, again cosmetics or different lotions, if we wash the dishes without gloves and the soap, the liquid soap for the dishes is not clean and it has chemicals in it, all of this is getting into our system. And what happens when it gets into our system, the liver which is the organ that is purifying whatever comes in, needs to work over time. And if it's day after day after day, the liver can't do it. The liver gets so overloaded that it just can't keep up with the load of work, right? So what happens, it starts to signal us, it starts to kind of spill, and for some people it's an allergy, okay? So they become suddenly more sensitive to different substances because they don't have room to process it. So if you have like breakout in your face, or you have rash, or different kinds of allergic reactions that are skin related, then it kind of indicates to you that your liver is overloaded and you need to detoxify your liver in order to help it, okay? You want to help your liver become healthy. Now, on emotional level, there's also toxicity on an emotional level. So if you're angry or irritated or resentful, these are also kinds of toxicity that sits on the liver and accumulate and overloads the liver. So you want to learn how to live more at peace in your relationships. And in fact, if you look to the right of your screen, I think it's over here somewhere, there is a link to how to release yourself from negative relationships, or how to free yourself, something like that. And it will take you to a blog article where I'm talking about that. And also in the series, we're kind of going to get a little bit more into emotional, not in terms of toxicity, but emotional relationships that are kind of not very positive, to help you to free yourself from those. Because all of these stuff, emotional, physical, we're accumulating and sitting in our system, they're creating pain, physical and emotional pain. So you don't just want to be aware, and you want to start doing something about it in order to have a clear vessel where you can contain what you need to contain and release what you don't need.